sent an email out earlier. This is actually a corrected. We approved this at our meeting the other night, but it had, Sharon, do you remember what it was? It was.
She didn't really say what it was. She just said it was weird.
Oh yeah, it doesn't affect the total amount. It just corrected current application numbers on line 4 and 5. So
Oh, there are changes in the right, yeah.
lines 4 and 5. So that was the only thing that was different. So is there a motion to accept this corrected clarification? Yeah.
Except, maybe to accept clarification from Lester.
Okay. On pay claim on
Pay and see your appropriation word is
application
payment number 3, stormwater improvement project, which was already made the payment. It's just this is just the correction on the verbiage.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the correction?
Well, I think she said in her email, she said it corrected lines 4 and 5. The total
4 and 5 would be 0.4 instead of 0.04. What did it? Not that.
Let's see, Emily. Okay, she says, since the contractor got us the pay app late yesterday, our quality control reviewer could not review it until this morning. Unfortunately, she found an error in the pay app, which will affect the amount due to that contractor.
So that would affect the line 10.
Well, I think it
The
changed.
bottom line.
She said 4 and
36 cents.
I don't have a copy of it.
I don't either.
But
I should have.
we gotta think we can always track it down.
Well, wait a minute, maybe I do now. That must be. No, I don't have the other one. So I don't know. Oh, I think I know what it was. It did, I think it had something to do with one of their numbers back on a pie. I couldn't tell you which one right now. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the one over by the wells.
This is the storm. This is on storm.
Oh, storm.
This is on the storm. Yeah, I think it had something to do with one of their pipes, the quantity and the, I don't know. But I think it stayed basically the same. Should be around there, I don't have that. You made a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, and Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. I did want to bring council update. I mean, I'm sharing today, checking into direct deposit and, let's see, Sharon, what did you tell me? $20.
a month for the
Base.
ACH.
Uh,
20 cents per transaction,
uh,
which would be per check,
per check.
and then $5 an upload.
Okay.
So that's it's probably gonna be about $42 a month to do it.
Okay, so we're not gonna make that decision now, because you guys can think about that. But it probably between 42 and 45, depending on if it's a month that has or 5 pays.
Yes, it's gonna be a little bit
So
more. And then
4
when I
times.
pay the council, it might be a little bit more.
On those weeks, it'd be a little bit more. And I did send Bill Boyd and ask him to confirm those numbers, and he said they were correct, so they don't give us a break. I thought maybe they would.
This was, $42 more.
$42 to $45, depending on how many pays are that month.
I was people on direct deposit, but when you do direct deposit, they will still receive a copy of the check,
Yeah.
so we're not, how would we say?
Well, it's just a
Is there a
convenience, it's just a
step
convenience. It's just a convenience for them,
Yeah,
yeah.
so then, is there a step or two in there that we don't have to do? Looks like there would be.
No, because she prints off, she'll print off a normal check, it just says on their direct deposit. Yeah, well, it's like Roy direct deposit or something. But it'll have the withholding and everything in that. But we can think about that. And, I'll tell Decker, he's the one that was kind of pushing for it, so.
It will add up.
Oh, yeah, in a year it'd be like $500.
Yeah, and there's only like 8 to 9 employees usually.
$500 a year.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I thought maybe it'd be a setup charge, and then after that, it would be per transaction or something. I didn't realize that there would be that recurring coming up.
Yeah, that's what they say. I wanted to let everyone know too, that we got our tax check today, and it was $86,000.
Really?
Well, you thought it was $68,000.
Yeah, well, that's
It
more
was
than they thought.
it's $86,802.47, and $84,804.43 goes in general, and then the rest the 1,900 and whatever goes in CCD.
CCD.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that was more $16,000.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
And
Oh, that's more than he told us at the meeting. The deal.
I thought it was too.
Yeah, it's more than he told us. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very good.
That's an extra.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Downey, you're up.
Okay, of course, we've got an opening at the DPW, and with all of you met Travis, who's been working with us for the last 6 months. His name's Travis Seasteen. He's related to Seasteen here, of course, he's kind of like Smith, everybody's related to somebody down the line. His family grew up in Green Township. They were farmers. His father, Robin, was a volunteer fireman in Green Township. He was a volunteer fireman in Green Township. He seems to be working out real well. His name, being Travis Seasteen, was very highly recommended by Bobby last week, who worked for us before, and he works up and watched hand in hand with ISI when they did the water project. Well, I think Bowler's seen him work a few times too, and I just think that he'd be a good fit. He's 7 years old, and he lives right there on 44. I would request that we hire him. I had to pay $14 an hour if the truck stays here, at least for
motion?
I saw that.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion? Discussion, any questions? Casey? No? Mark? Ken? No? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, now you have some other things for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on see exactly what that yearly deal was. It's either 2,000 or 3,000 on the mini trade-in, so I'm exactly wait till
Okay,
if I have to. The other thing I didn't have it with me. Was the input meter at the lagoon, which it measures everything that comes into town and goes into the first cell of the lagoon. I know it's right around 4,500 labor. I know that for a fact that it's around 4,500. They do not do they do not do the installation. That's just for the instrument, which is 4,500. I believe 4,500. Let's just say 5,000, but it's 45 something. The guy sent me that today, and I'll be taking on if I cannot.
who does the install?
Well, B.O. Anderson are the ones that we do
B&O.
that. Yeah, which is kind of the industry's go-to people with B.O. Anderson for all the meters and stuff. And he was going to give me a list of contractors that they recommend. He was going to give me 2 or 3 that they recommend for me to choose from and get pricing from them.
It's a meter? There's something that we have to change how often?
Yeah, it's required by IDM. They have to register the inflow from the town to that lagoon. That's it.
Right, but this is something that's more out there.
Oh, if you see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's got some age on it.
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
It's nothing through any of the project that was done before.
Okay.
It's nothing related to that. This was not replaced with the lagoon grant project that we did there. This had nothing. This is out of the front building, which nothing was touched on in the front building other than we had to get some electricity out there.
Water out.
Yeah, yeah. It's just through the egg.
So this is in the building? It's in the building?
Yes, in the front building. And I would request that we will, yes, I would request that we get that because it is required by IDM. And it looks like I'm either going to have to go to a mercy, maybe asking to use my leeway on the labor or what, because I can't provide any findings in my new house.
Do you have any idea when they would install it?
What needs to be, well, I'm going to shoot for as soon as possible because we've got an old chart there that we're going to have to try to figure on just an idea of what we're putting out because, like I say, it is required that we give some type of reading to IDM, at least during work weeks.
Yeah.
And then we have to average it out for the week and what it is.
We want it done pretty quick.
Yes, yeah.
We do not want to get sideways with those folks.
Is it more accurate reading on a helper, or what do you think?
They prefer the digital reading.
No, but I mean, is it going to report that there's more or less inflow than what you've been reporting? No?
No, it should, no, because this one would, no, because they're certified every year.
Okay.
They have to be certified.
But it's not going to reveal that we've got more volume out there than what I thinks.
No, not according to, because the meter is certified every year by B.O. Anderson, so no, that's not, no, it's, he does some, I don't know what his testing is, but I mean, he can test the volume, he does something to test the buffer system that he uses to test the volume of what he puts in it and what it will show on the meter, so no, everything should be status quo there, it's just old winter pump. So I guess I'm asking for the meter and I'm asking for leeway on me finding the labor to do.
It can be
45, it's 45 or 46, that's why I'm just asking the council, and like I say, I've got a copy of it.
Okay. Let's, and what's the name of the outfit that we're getting?
It's B.L. Anderson, which is the go-to people on these type of meters and stuff.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we get the meter from BL or BL?
Yeah,
B.L.
the initials BL, like.
BL Anderson, and the amount not to exceed 5,000 on the meter, and an amount for labor not to exceed $1,250.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that is all that I have. And you people are here with an issue, is that correct?
Yes.
Come on.
We're here because of a building problem with water, which I can give you some information here. But as a result of the way that the town has the meters set up, it's at 330 Highland, and there are 2 apartments there. And the front apartment, water's fed through the front apartment meter and then goes directly to the back apartment meter instead of having the town have a direct line to that second meter. There's a drawing at the top that shows kind of what's going on with it. Down at the bottom is what we've already paid. The figures at the bottom I went over with Becky last Thursday, and she agreed with the figures that I have down there. But what should be happening is that the water supply from the town should go directly to meter B, and then another line directly to meter A. And it isn't set up that way. It was this way when we bought the property 29 years ago. My wife has been in numerous times over the years to explain the situation. And what they used to tell us is that you take the back meter and subtract it from the front meter, and then they figured out what the bill was. Of course, you're on computers now, and this has created a major problem for us because we were billed for A, we were billed like $700 and some, and B, we were billed the same amount of money, $700 and some. We agreed that there was a leak in the back apartment. But the front apartment, there was no leak, and he's getting billed $700 and some. So the problem is the fact that whatever goes to the back apartment also goes through the meter for the front apartment. And this is something that should have been fixed years ago, but the town's been made aware of it, but never chose to do anything about it. And so the figures down below are the numbers that I have paid so far, which, as far as I read, and with Becky and with myself, we're all paid up for both apartments.
Question.
Yes,
I'm sure I know you. What's your name?
Jack Carpenter,
Okay.
Life Choice.
Oh,
We
okay.
own, I don't know, 11 or 12 apartment properties in town here.
Well, I've seen you last time, I guess. Yeah, okay, in your, the units you're talking about, 330 Highland,
Yeah,
so there's 2 apartments in there?
there's 2 apartments.
It's a
The
house.
front apartment and the back apartment. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think, where is that?
Right across the street,
Right over
or
here.
across the road.
Where Chuck and Eric lives,
Oh.
over here.
Okay.
There's a little house on the corner next to the next house.
So that's the 2 houses you're talking about, the little one on the corner and the next one, or?
I'm I'm sorry.
No, there's two in one, there's two in the long one.
And
Okay,
I think they own those two.
We own both of them.
But the one in question is
the longer.
The long one is the one where we have a question about.
Okay, and it comes off of the water line into your property there,
Yeah,
through into the house, or in it goes through the meter into the house, and then where's the second meter at? Is it-
About 6 feet from the first meter.
Then the first meter's in the yard?
yeah,
And then there's another one next to it. And when the back apartment water comes on, both meters read at the same time. So we're paying double for the back apartment, or in front apartment, one of them. We're paying double because it's registered on 2 meters, because there's only one pipe coming into both meters. And it has to go through the first meter to get to the second meter.
This is true, I discovered, but I just want to make the board aware that this was not, I was not familiar with this setup until Joyce called me about the leak in the first place, and that's when I discovered that both meters are both. There's just one service line that does continuously go through one and into another. That's not the first one we've run into, we've seen that prior, but I have never been aware that this was the case at this location until Joyce called me and wanted to see if there was issues with the meters.
yeah, we
And
talked
there
about
wasn't any issues with the meters, and it wasn't a meter, it was a leak, but, I mean, yes, it was registering on both meters.
We agree there was a bad leak in the back apartment. And we aren't arguing that at all. We just don't want to be charged in the front apartments for that leak.
Until computers came along, they would subtract the second one from the first one. So, and then Laura Ford, when she was here, she averaged how much it was for the whole year for both, for whatever, and divided it in half, and that was my standard bill. But ever
Okay,
since...
let me ask you, this was kind of what I was wondering about here, and I should know this, and I guess I don't, but where we run water into a home that's set up for apartments, Jeff, do we always have 2 meters?
No, there's not, that's not always the case where there's always, I mean, there should be, yes, but in some of the older ones, I believe, and
But if you-
correct me if I'm wrong, that I think what they should be done to a unit that has, has multiple dwelling in it, find out how many dwellings are in it, and it might be 1 meter, but they're charged a minimum rate for each unit.
Well, but if they had, you're paying the bill for the entire thing, the entire house?
Yeah.
Which to me should be 2 minimums, but now we've got the leak discrepancy in there. And I think you're saying, well, the computer, like I said, I think picked up the leak in both meters because it is just one service running it.
But the meter was in the back apartment, so it registered through the first apartment.
Right, I'm saying it collected the data from both. I'm
Yeah.
saying it collected the data from
Right.
both.
My question
Is
is,
what I'm saying. Yes.
you own the home, and you have the renter, but you pay the water bill, and the renters pay you?
Some of them is included in the rent.
Okay.
But if I have somebody on Section 8 and I get a little more money for some of the utilities, it's included.
Okay.
And some of them, it just depends on the situation.
My question here is that you really don't need 2 meters.
Yes, we do. We want to know what's going into each apartment.
You have to have a separate water line.
That's right.
You need to have a separate water line.
Yeah,
for your
that's
separate
what we're
water.
saying. That's what
Well,
we're asking for.
Well, I mean, but you're the one that installs the water line, right? We do.
No,
No.
the town goes to the meter.
Yeah, we go to the
We
meter.
go to the meter at the street.
Right.
We don't install meters.
Well, there's not, yeah, well, see, it
I mean,
comes,
but it would be
it is
the meter.
supplied to 1 meter of the street, and then they just put a second meter in, and the only thing that was done, like she said, 29, 30 years ago, the only thing that was done was they just jumped off of the 1 meter that is supplied from the street, and they just tagged onto that meter pit that they dug and.
But the right way would be 2 lines from the street.
Right, yes.
And we don't install that second line.
Yeah, we do run a meter to the second, we do to the meter.
To the meter, which would be out at the
That's
street.
all we're asking
That's
for.
all-
The meter would be at the street.
Well,
Back at the house.
No. Both of these meters are, in all intents and purposes, side by side.
Oh, well,
For all
then that's simple. You just, all you have to do is put a water line in, right? That's what you're
No,
gonna do.
the town goes to the meter and I pick up the meter and go to the house.
Yeah, what I'll have to do is I'll have to run another service line into the street to this meter.
Well, where is the meter on here? Where's the meter? It's not at the street?
Yeah, both of these are right next to the street.
Okay.
Yeah, water stands, they're both right next to the street.
So basically,
So
you're
I would-
never gonna run a new water line.
I have to run a new water line to that other meter, and then I'll sever the connection in between the 2 meters themselves.
Okay.
What should have been done.
Well, again, that's, there was different ways that they did that.
I understand.
And nothing against any of them, yeah. So,
Well, we'll have to get a pay history, what they call pay history, but we'll have to get a history summary and, on both meters. Because it looks like what you're saying is, you've got this total pay so far toward Department A. Is that for, how long is that? Is that for 1 month, 2 months?
1 month is what.
Because I'm showing your current bill, I'm showing the current bill on both, one apartment's $256.85, the other one's $255.65. So
You're showing that on both of them?
I'm showing one at $256.85 and then the second meter at $255.65.
That's why we're in here.
Oh, yeah, I understand that, but then you have,
Because it's just a single man, elderly man in the front apartment, he never would go over the minimum. There's no way.
is this how Becky figured this? Did Becky figure this?
No, I figured it, and then I went in and went over it with Becky to see if I was correct or not.
Okay.
And Becky agreed that the numbers were all correct.
We paid double on the back apartment. We subtracted the back apartment from the front apartment because we're charged twice for the back apartment.
I understand that, but this isn't the normal form that we have when we do adjustments. That was my, so I didn't know.
I gave her one on our letterhead paper. And then I came in last Thursday and went over these figures with her to make sure that my figures were accurate.
So you have your water leak fixed?
Yeah, it's fixed now. Now, this next water bill in the back apartment is still going to be higher than it should be normally, but we've got the leak fixed at this point. Finally got it taken care of. Pardon?
Yeah, I just wondered, and we charge, because like, you pay so much a month for a meter, right?
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. And
Okay.
so that's what I was wondering, but I guess you have to have separate meters, so you know what to charge your tenants?
Yeah. Yeah, if they go over, then we need to charge them. For our amount, we pay the basic minimum. And then if they
That's
go
if
over-
we have one meter, we pay the basic. If they have their own meters, they pay their own.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be cheaper if you just had one, but maybe I'm
Not
wrong.
for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we meet again on the 29th and to do our year-end stuff. And what I would like to, you're asking for what today?
All I'm asking for is to let me, that we're all paid up at this point through December. And also to get that meter hooked up separately so that we don't get charged this way again.
Mr. DPW?
weather committee, and of course, the dust is starting to die down on what was Whether, yeah, I agree that they should be, they do have 2 meters, but it's only fed by one service from the main.
Right.
And I don't disagree that this is for bookkeeping sakes, our sakes, and their sakes, that they have a additional service line going to that other meter. Now, and the way it is now, I think they should be charged at least, well, they are charged you are charged 2 mounds at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We're fine with that.
for now, but I guess we need to,
$700 for each of them.
Well,
I don't.
See it? Yeah.
her report, I have the report on the 16th. You got here that you paid on the 6th, but she didn't have that posted on by the 16th. So we'll have to find out where that, if you made a payment on 12/6 of $737.
12/6, yeah, I paid what she showed me.
$737.15, and the report that she gave me as of 12/16 did not show that payment, so we'll have to get that too. Okay.
That's all we're asking is just get the meter direct and
No more double payments.
the fact that we're caught up.
Well, that's not my department there. Between you and Becky.
Well, but then, so basically, you're just gonna fix the meter, right? I mean, when he puts his water line in, you'll sever the 2 meters and hook the 1 meter up to the second line, right?
Well, they've already got the water line in. I just have to run one to that second meter.
Oh, okay, well, you use the same meter?
And then sever, yeah, I use the same meter.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the meters. It was just apparently a hidden leak, because where was it at? Ended up being.
We're toilet.
Was it?
Back door.
Because like, we went around that day and there was all these spots.
I know. And then
But
I
the meters were
called down to Pansy, and he and I went in, and the kid on the little four-wheeler, he was there, and opened the meters, and as soon as the back apartment goes on, those meters read the same thing.
Right, no, I know that, but I was just curious where you ended up finding the leak, because it wasn't anything on the town side, it was wrong.
And there was nothing in the yard.
Right, and that's where you found it.
And there should have been a lake.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, where you guys found it.
Okay, so we're splitting, right?
Are we square then?
I think he is, because he's gonna take meter.
On my end of it, we're
He's gonna take meter
square.
B and put it over on the water line,
Yeah.
so it'd be,
And they need to let us know when you're gonna do it, because we may have to look at another if we have to.
When I wait, what do you mean?
Well, you're coming into here, then you're gonna come into here.
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm not cutting into the street again and get another service line. I'm just gonna find the service line that goes into the first meter, and then I'm gonna route it around, around the hole,
Yeah.
and then go into the second meter, and then I'm gonna sever the line that run in between the 2 meters. No, I'm gonna run your line before it hits the meter,
Yeah.
the first meter, and go around. So that way I don't have to go in the street and find the main or anything. I can just, like it should have been. I mean, that's the easiest, that would have been the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Just
That's fine.
tap into the,
So somebody just avoided paying the connection fee.
That's it. And that was before the.
That was it.
but why did they put that second meter in and done that? I don't know.
Because they wanted to be able to build a tennis center, but not pay a connection fee.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Right.
I just want to clarify how I'm supposed, where do you want me to pay Travis out of the MVH water and wastewater? And can I use
first
just
and the
the,
third.
yeah, can I use the same operator assistant line that we had for Jeff or Bobby?
Bobby's still, he'll still be the cert, you still have his license,
Yes,
right?
I do. But see, okay, in MVH, we've got a part-time helper, but we don't have a part-time helper in water and wastewater. So do you want me to create or just take it out?
Well, I would still say, take it out of all 3. I mean, even though the 150
Yeah.
Bobby should just come out of,
Bobby is only wastewater.
wastewater.
Okay, so just take it out in
but he's the same thing as Roger.
Well, my question is, do we need to create
He's our licensed operator.
position in the salary ordinance for 2017?
He had that position for Lee. To
Okay.
be the same,
Yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah, just gotta get back in on that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So we're paying.
I thought she's over with, so she's sure.
I don't
So they've got to make that
Got them on a different
decision.
track, but yeah, all right. All right. I will.
We already paid that.
Yeah.
There's nothing you have to do.
Now, we're asking is.
But I'll let you know when it's done.
Okay.
But there's nothing, I mean, I don't need you there to do any swell or
And it's already
anything like
figured
that.
Well,
Like I said, we're all
they
gonna
said that
know
they'll let you know the 29th,
All I gotta
they'll have a
do is
vote.
figure out what we
Don't
want.
know if there's anything different, but I don't think there, we just need to hear from Becky if her figures are different, but they shouldn't be. They should be the same. If he showed them to Becky and she agreed with it, then we should be okay.
But this council needs to vote to accept that now.
Yeah, but they say you can take care of it, you won't get it.
Becky doesn't have any authority to do anything.
I know.
Okay, they need to vote, but it sounds like everyone's on the same page, that that's
So
what's
don't
going to
worry
happen.
about the bill until the 29th, or until it says
I think that's it, yes. That's okay, but you don't need to do that.
Okay, Joyce. Nothing, just you, Joyce.
You don't even know how.
Don't try.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other comment?
I have one question. Is there any requirement that this job has to be put out to public notice and applications taken or anything like that? Okay, I just know in years past that they always have, and I...
No, we haven't.
Well, whether they have or not, there is a requirement, that's the question.
Okay,
I don't know, I just asked.
motion to adjourn.
Just one, I thought I was looking at the wrong,
Uh-huh.
4608 is the exact
Oh,
charge.
remember your file.
Yeah, and,
You kids and your phones.
yeah, I know, that operator. And they suggested that I use Graves Plumbing, who are some of the people that has bid on some of our things before. So I'll give prices rate, which Graves is a good number.
Is this gonna be after the first of the year?
Well, I
With
don't,
the bill?
I mean, well,
If they give me the bill,
that's like you asked me, when you sent me that. I mean, Sharon, I'm not out buying like stuff that I don't need. The
I
only
know.
thing I'm buying is things that
I know, but
I
it
need for
costs-
daily operation.
yeah. But
And
we just,
If you get her the bill before the end of the year.
But how are we gonna have a docket before the end of the year anyway, are you?
we're gonna have to talk about the 29th, and so if you get it to me by the 29th.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting there, but, I mean, I'm not going out buying like, I mean, just a hypothetical situation.
It's the thing that, because I won't get a bill for
Well,
that stuff
okay, well-
until the next year.
But what if we save the, I mean, we do, we've got the receipts.
No, but it was bought in 2016.
Right, but when we go to the meeting on the 29th.
I'm not trying to be difficult, it's just.
No, I know,
other
I know.
people- Other clerk treasurers tell me that's what they say, they want the spending cut back, so they can get every bill
Well, I agree with
and
that,
everything.
but if I've got a broken water main out here, I'm not gonna wait.
Well, that's maybe an emergency.
And what I'm working on there is the insulation, the stuff that I bought from Lowe's and stuff is insulation for this new pump house that we're getting online, and that's, I mean, we're talking 0-degree temperatures, so I need insulation in that.
Well, it's gonna be, it probably will be, yeah.
Well-
I'm just trying to get everything in,
Yeah, well, if I give you, I don't know if you can go off of the receipts that I give you or what, but you could go ahead and figure, and I can go ahead and request the town to say, okay, so much, this much money for Lowe's.
If you get in before the 29th, we can, okay.
I mean, you might not have the actual bill in hand, but I mean, I'll ask the council, I'll know what we've spent, because I'll have copies, and you'll have copies of the receipts, and I'll say, I'll ask them for approval for this amount for Lowe's, this approval for this amount for Rural King, or anybody else, if it happens like that. So, I mean, would there be a problem with that, Lee, if we know if I know what the receipt says, then I go ahead and
It's
get
not made until there's a claim document approved anyway.
Okay.
I mean, you can't pay it until you present a claims document, right?
I think that's what she's talking about, but some of this overlap before the council would meet again, possibly, is what she's talking about, and it'd be late. But if I had the receipts in hand and know what the bill's gonna be,